We do not discuss the origin of foxes. A fox is a kind of white pup. First rule as if unconfined, an outstretched palm bearing, a signal of open-armedness. The gloves have bloomed into the confines of pages if there were a shedding. Spin unfurls into assumption, and uncoming up differs from an active ring pull. On what part are you pigeon? I line up my breadcrumbs to fox follow nomadic. You offer drinking words at the mention of foxes, though knowing they never gave fox tongue. Indefinite articles ashen. Deny that foxes exist inside, disallowed from woodland on Fabergé ground. The breadcrumbs accumulate, leading to disguised discourse, though none substantial enough to make a meal. Fine for a born scavenger, it remains to pick through these outlawed etymologies. It was thought would be better away from pause. Thank you.
I think I'm next. Hi, everyone. I'm Nóra, and I'm really thankful for being included in this anthology. Like Aaron, I'm also Hungarian, but first generation immigrant to the UK. And I'm really pleased that this book has contributed or has helped someone get their citizenship. So I'm going to read two poems. One's called Hopscotch. Plastic bag, 6 bread rolls or 5, forward and back. Father walking head down in brown on stones like hopscotch. Back from the store, 10 forints a roll. 6 rolls, 5 rolls, father, fading out, fading in. Plastic rustles, corduroy flaps, rusty red concrete towers above, shielding the wrong side. Gusty wind blows from the west. I rummage for keys, hear plastic, corduroy, an image in my head. I look back, a mirage on stones like hopscotch, flapping, corduroy, rustling plastic, flapping, rustling, fading. And my second poem is called Deliver, and just to preface it, fuck the Tories. Deliver, damp wall against your back, behind boxes of trainers labeled mega value, you wept. Sat in a pool of blood, uniform cast aside, you think about the kid on the factory line, dream maker on the bread line. Cord cutter turned Stanley knife in your hand, you wonder what yours be doing, age 7. Surviving on £1 a day, no way, this is Britain. You say it out loud, it echoes. A land of opportunity, progression, your neighbors back home envy your iPhone. They pry and they dream. Loud shriek in your lap and you remember the thing. Red, wriggling around as you wipe him with paper towels, wrap his sumo wrestler-like body. The warehouse chills to the bone. He cries and cries as you pull up your jeans, thighs sticky from blood, you shiver as you look back one last time. Babies bring hope, they say. You've got to finish the shift. You've got to finish the shift. You've got to finish. Thanks, everyone.
Hi, I think I'm next, so good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm going to read my 2 poems in the anthology, Chinglish and Displacement. Chinglish. The language of love. God, Mama, just your 声音让我的心 open like a loose dumpling. The warmth of the pork steam billowing up to my chin. I didn't realize chives and 韭菜 were the same thing. The way pinyin rounds out meaning for me, plucks chords out of conversation like a dancer, 跳来跳去. Where I miss steps, you make up for it. 用英文怎么说? Just like this. Displacement. A few days after I arrived, I got my period. A small, round patch on the white crotch of my underwear, as violet and delicate as a peach pit, which always rises to meet teeth. Salty heat, a dust cake of air curling in underneath my clothes. Wearing clothes is like being naked here. Being naked here is like being submerged. I have Western hips. I am uprooted in China, my tendrils shivering skywards, a pathetic display of wordless feeling, because I can ask for yogurt drink and where the bathroom is and powder for sweat rash, but cannot tell you how coming back here is almost like grief. My own name, mixed blood, is cloth, soaking up iron and zinc. I squat down over the toilet with my hand bunched to my skirt and do not know why I was born. China is a dream that slips away in Glasgow. I come close to comprehending it in my peripheral vision, but it stings my eyes to look right at it. I think that I am sometimes still a fetus, everything and nothing, waiting to be translated into air, light, a recognizable shape. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, Aaron and Charlie and everybody at Broken Sleep Books. This is such a gorgeous book and anthology, and I'm really looking forward to reading everybody's poems on the page, as well as everybody who's been launching tonight. I've got 3 poems in this anthology. I'm a migrant from a family of migrants, so I would describe myself as from a diaspora. My first poem is inspired by my grandfather. Akong held our family together. Waking in the black hours, he sliced grooves into tree every 20 seconds, then cycled miles from estate to morning shift school. While the trees yielded milky latex, he tended those other saplings. Tapping, he guided students, calligraphy forming like tree lace. Then sun warmed everything. Sap congealed in small holders cups, white lumps for scents, salt, rice. Days were long, and still his children couldn't eat until full. An elastic band draws descendants together. Monsoon comes, mosquitoes swarming, the rubber tapper's oil-lit lamp. The name of this poem is a sort of food. It's kind of, it'll become apparent from the poem. Bakwa. Because we could never be home for Chinese New Year, Aunt's gift, sticky squares of pork, box big enough for 18 airborne hours. Because sesame, fish sauce, 5 spice heats Didi's breath, and chili coats my tongue. Because I'm 13 and he's 10. Because we can't eat it all, want something for the days ahead. Because we lie, declare nothing at customs. We are stopped. And my last poem. My ghosts rattle, too scaly for politeness, drooling as I load up the altar table, intractable with hunger, mouths intent as candles, throats tapering like tattoo needles. The priest inscribes, a woman is no longer a pitaya, fruit without kernel. Ajie interprets the kalsim, sajik yi jap ik, kin raw bones. I am dried joss, coils of which my unhatched son ignites outside the temple with his daughters. Black against the sun, umbrellas shade skins from dispersing ash. Komodo sister, you are brooding kindness below the soil. Clutches of round words incubate in sand silence, their fetches monitored. Forking smoke, I intone the 21 uses of dragon eggs. Thank you.
Thank you